Coming up on Cronkite News, hear from the Suns' new coach and what he plans to accomplish in the Valley.
Plus, an effort to keep our highways safer with a reminder for drivers to tie down and secure their loads on the road.
And later, find out what city really wants the Arizona Coyotes and what they're saying about it.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Erin Patterson.
And I'm Eduardo Morales. Thank you for joining us.
The Phoenix Suns parted ways with Monty Williams about a month ago, but have already found a coach with a championship pedigree to take his place.
Adrian Carvajal has the latest from the newest coach of the Phoenix Suns.
GM James Jones announced that the Phoenix Suns have hired Frank Vogel to be their next head coach. Vogel, a one-time NBA champion, is the move that the organization believes will get the Phoenix Suns over the hump.
We settled on the guy who we think has all the qualities: leadership, honesty, integrity, championship experience, a love for the game, a passion for the community.
This is the beginning of a new era in Phoenix Suns basketball, and it's going to be an exciting one. I will be committed to bringing a championship-level culture both on and off the court, a culture centered around hard work, toughness, intelligence, teamwork, and when we get out there and play, we're going to be scrappy as hell.
With training camp still 3 months away, this hiring comes at a perfect time, as the team will have plenty of time to get adjusted to their new head coach. From the Footprint Center, Adrian Carvajal, Cronkite News.
The other big story today, the PGA Tour announced a new proposed partnership with its former rival, LIV Golf. Both groups had been involved in several lawsuits, but the lawsuits will be dropped as part of the deal. LIV Golf, which is backed by Saudi Arabia, officially launched last year, and some big-name players that participated were barred from the PGA. It's not clear what will happen to those players, like Brooks Koepka and Dustin Johnson, now.
The Coyotes' future is up in the air after Tempe residents rejected the proposal to build a new arena in downtown Tempe.
Daniel Pike has the latest on the team's future, including a message from a mayor of a very interested city.
Since the Coyotes moved into ASU's Mullet Arena in Tempe, the future of the team has been uncertain. The propositions to keep the Yotes in Tempe were rejected by voters, leaving the team looking for answers, and other cities, including Salt Lake City, are trying to lower the organization.
The organization has been in Arizona since 1996, following a move from Winnipeg. Trying to find a long-term home has been challenging. The results to move the team to a proposed site near Tempe Town Lake surprised some, especially with all the strides the sport has made in the community and lots of children playing the sport.
I remember what sort of ground zero looked like before they hit. And it's just exponential since then. Like I mentioned, youth programs are always like top 5 in USA Hockey statistics for growth in the nation. You've got a Division I college hockey program. You've got a thriving youth market. I think it's so obvious how much they've impacted this community. And again, personally speaking, I don't want to see them leave.
One potential destination remaining in Arizona is Fiesta Mall in Mesa. The abandoned 80-acre shopping center closed in 2018 and is currently unoccupied. The lack of foot traffic since the mall's closure has left a void that could be solved by the Coyotes.
We'd get so many more people. I'm assuming that the arena would be about 17,000 fans, seats in there, plus workers. So just the exposure that this area would get to that many people would be amazing for all the businesses that are over here.
If the Coyotes can't find a home in Arizona, relocation out of the state might be the only option. Salt Lake City is one of the favorites to land the team, and the city is ready for it.
NHL addition here would be very complimentary, and we feel that there is a burgeoning fan base. The Utah Jazz is our heart of our city and our state, but we're ready for additional professional sports teams to come and call this place home with us.
The mayor left Coyotes fans with a message if the team does move to Salt Lake.
Get on the plane and come up and support them here. We're not that far away.
NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman is hopeful that the league will find a solution for the team in Arizona and has described Arizona as a terrific market. The team's future remains in question, with Tempe, Mesa, Salt Lake City, and other cities across North America still on the board.
It's happened to all of us. You're driving down the road when you see you're headed straight for a ladder or other debris in your lane. Those objects can create more than just a bump in your drive. As reporter Alexandria Cullen tells us, this is why the state of Arizona proclaimed June 6th as Secure Your Load Day.
Just taking a few extra minutes to double check your straps and ties can make all the difference in securing your load.
The message today, to remind drivers what a difference securing your load can make when transporting anything in your vehicle.
In the Maricopa region, in the last 10 years, more than 8,000 crashes involving dangerous debris have left 23 people dead and more than 100 incapacitated.
If you see debris, experts say to call 911 so that emergency crews can safely remove it.
Incident response units respond to an average of 46 calls per week for debris blocking the highway, and they've seen it all.
Washers, ladders, and even refrigerators are just a few of the items that have been picked up. But the damage can be severe. Mesa police officer Sean Stoddard stood in front of his damaged patrol car. He was seriously injured when responding to a call to pick up debris.
Hoping that we can take this tragedy, this awfulness that happened to me and happens unfortunately very routinely, to help those families so that they don't have to have this happen in their families. It's very avoidable.
Governor Katie Hobbs signed a proclamation, Secure Your Load Day. It's part of a national movement to bring awareness to driving safer and having a better experience on the road. In Phoenix, Alexandria Cullen, Cronkite News.
Coming up after the break, the number of border agents has remained largely unchanged despite record border crossings.
So why has staffing remained the same? We take a closer look.
Plus, the heated debate in Washington over gas stoves. We'll dig into the controversy when we return.
Cronkite News provides students at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism with the opportunity to gain real-world experience in the newsroom. At Cronkite News, our students produce professional content for audiences by taking on all roles, whether they be reporting, anchoring, producing, or studio production. Each department gives students first-hand professional newsroom experience. For more information, visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Hello, I'm Adrienne Farewell, and I'm proud to serve as General Manager of Arizona PBS. From Phoenix to the Grand Canyon, Flagstaff to Prescott, and everywhere in between, this station is the best way to remain connected to all that's going on in our beautiful state. So whether you're interested in arts, culture, and music, to local politics and education, we've got you covered. You're watching Arizona PBS, and your Arizona connection starts right here.
That way the flavors will marry nicely.
Can you tell me what I'm looking at?
I'm not looking for love, I'm looking for cookies.
And there's still places to discover.
It just absorbs you.
You can make this at home if you can't find it.
I will continue to eat and drink until you get here. Get here fast.
Cheers.
Oh, look at that. Oh, doesn't that look good?
We are going to be eating well.
It does work. It does.
We got a happy little sky.
We're just getting started.
Welcome.
How utterly charming.
Are you ready to get it going?
How does an English fan come to be Italian Riviera?
A fresh start.
Can I trust you? Are you ready for the show?
You can't be afraid to show them what you've got or what you want.
Are we having a party?
Of course, the more the merrier.
I love this place. It's my home now. Trouble in paradise. I can't do it on my own.
This is revenge.
there are consequences.
Be careful.
Nothing like this. Nothing like this. Oh.
You look like you need rescuing.
Don't we all?
What is it that you want?
I just want to let go.
I choose how I live.
There is the passion that I've been looking for.
Border crossings have surged to record highs in recent years, but the number of border agents is largely unchanged.
That has led to low morale and what one audit calls unsustainable amounts of overtime, as Cronkite News reporter Shey Peddy reports from our Washington bureau.
News about the border often involves numbers, but a Homeland Security official told Congress today that there's one number that's often overlooked: the number of borderland agents struggling to keep pace. Inspector General Joseph Kafari told the House Oversight Committee today that migrant surges, COVID-19, and agents being forced to take on different roles have led to major staffing challenges. Kafari pointed to a May survey of Customs and Border Patrol agents in which the majority said they do not think their work sites are prepared for day-to-day operations, and 1/4 said they expect to quit in the next year. Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs says he has seen it himself during his many visits to the border.
I ask them how things are going. They tell me it ain't going good. I said, well, what do your colleagues feel? Well, they feel like they've been abandoned by this administration.
Kafari says migrant encounters at the southwest border have increased from 978,000 in 2019 to 2.4 million in 2022, while the number of agents remains unchanged.
They're doing some law enforcement, but they're also providing care and welfare services to the detained.
Democrats challenged the report that they say was not done properly. One lawmaker said auditors might as well have done a Twitter survey.
This report is a disservice to our law enforcement personnel, and instead of working to actually identify and solve issues affecting morale, our attention now is forced to correct mistakes and correct a report that is deeply flawed.
While both sides agree that there is a problem, neither was ready to offer any solutions today. In Washington, Shey Peddy, Cronkite News.
It's the kind of heated debate you don't often see in Washington. One about gas stoves. Republicans say that the government wants to take them away, and Democrats say that's just not true. Cronkite News reporter Liam Coates has more from our Washington bureau.
Democrats say it's a solution in search of a problem. House Republicans say it's a matter of protecting your freedoms, your freedom to use the gas stove you want.
For Arizona Representative Debbie Lesko, that means blocking a proposed Department of Energy rule to increase gas stove efficiency, a rule she says would limit consumer choice.
That is why I introduced the Save Our Gas Stoves Act to block this radical, out-of-touch rule that eliminates the types of stoves and features of stoves that consumers like.
Her bill was one of several put forward by Republicans who say they're trying to rein in unelected bureaucrats. But Democrats said that Republican bills like the Gas Stove Protection and Freedom Act are not grounded in reality.
Look, they seized upon an inartful statement by one government official and, shall we say, cooked up this crazy theory that someone's coming to get your gas stoves.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission, the target of one of the bills, said in a statement that it is unnecessary. The CPSC is not banning gas stoves. The Energy Department today flatly denied that it is proposing a ban on gas stoves, and it urged people to look past the misleading rhetoric. When asked about the statements, Lesko remained defiant.
They're lying. That's all I can say is they're lying because they're trying to ban gas stoves in the Department of Energy.
The CPSC also said that it is concerned that the proposed legislation could undermine CPSC's mission to keep Americans safe. But again, Lesko had her own view.
Oh, that's BS. Really? Yes. That's BS. There's no studies on that.
In Washington, Liam Coates, Cronkite News.
Coming up after the break, a Phoenix Mercury fan favorite returns to the court. That's right, Shey Peddy spent months recovering from an injury, but she fought through it and is now back. We catch up with her next.
Plus, how hot will it get this week? Your weather forecast is next.
Cronkite News provides students at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism with the opportunity to gain real-world experience in the newsroom. At Cronkite News, our students produce professional content for audiences by taking on all roles, whether they be reporting, anchoring, producing, or studio production. Each department gives students first-hand professional newsroom experience. For more information, visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
That way the flavors will marry nicely.
Can you tell me what I'm looking at?
I'm not looking for love, I'm looking for cookies.
And there's still places to discover.
It just absorbs you.
You can make this at home if you can't find it.
I will continue to eat and drink until you get here. Get here fast.
Cheers.
Oh, look at that. Oh, doesn't that look good?
We are going to be eating well.
It does work. It does.
We got a happy little sky.
We're just getting started.
Welcome.
How utterly charming.
Are you ready to get it going?
How does an English fan come to be Italian Riviera?
A fresh start.
Can I trust you?
Are you ready for the show?
You can't be afraid to show them what you've got, what you want.
Are we having a party?
Of course, the more the merrier.
I love this place. It's my home now. Trouble in paradise. I can't do it on my own.
This is revenge.
There are consequences.
Be careful.
Nothing like this. Nothing like this. Oh.
You look like you need rescuing.
Don't we all?
What is it that you want?
I just want to let go. I choose how I live.
There is the passion that I've been looking for.
A fire burning northeast of the valley has grown to nearly 4,200 acres.
The Bullet Fire is burning in the Tonto National Forest and is about 50% contained.
The fire began over the weekend and is burning near Fort McDowell. Crews have been using air tankers to fight the flames. As of now, the southbound right lane of State Route 87, also known as Beeline Highway, is closed. No word, though, on when it will reopen.
And back here in the valley, it's plenty hot, but will the temperature break the century mark?
Alyssa Polzinski joins us now with what we can expect this week.
It's been a beautiful day here in the valley with mid-90-degree weather, and that will remain throughout the rest of the evening. You can see 92 degrees at 7 p.m. and a 9-degree difference by 10 p.m. at 83 degrees. It's the perfect temperature to go for that leisurely stroll or take your dog for a walk. Jumping into our future forecast, not a whole lot going on in the state of Arizona. You don't see too many clouds throughout. However, on Thursday, the entire state is covered, and that will last going into the weekend. Going into low temperatures, 69 degrees in Phoenix. However, if you look to the north, 33 degrees in the Grand Canyon and Flagstaff. You're going to want to bust out those coats to beat those cold temperatures. Going into high temperatures on Wednesday, 97 degrees in Phoenix. You want to make sure you're staying hydrated throughout these high temperatures. If you go back up north, Grand Canyon and Flagstaff, again, lower temperatures, low 70 degrees, nothing too serious, a nice little cool down. Jumping into our 8-day forecast, we have high 90s throughout the week, some partial clouding on Thursday, and Friday we have full coverage clouds. Throughout the week, it's going to be about an average of 102 and a low of 76. Saturday, we reach triple-digit temperatures. It's going to be a hot one. Then we have sun the rest of the week, and with the sun comes the heat. So you want to make sure you're staying hydrated, reapplying that sunblock, and staying safe. from the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Alyssa Polzinski.
The Phoenix Mercury have been off to a bit of a slow start this season, winning just one of their first 4 games.
But our Crystal Stone tells us why there's still so much to cheer about, as a fan favorite made their return back to the hardwood.
Shey Peddy made her season debut with the Mercury during Friday's game against the Los Angeles Sparks after spending the last 9 months rehabbing an injury she suffered to her Achilles tendon during the Mercury's 2022 playoff run in August.
That was the longest I went in my life without playing basketball. So to have something I'm used to doing all my life and that I love and just get taken away from me in a blink of an eye, to be out here, like I don't take any of this for granted right now.
Peddy is coming back from what was her best season in the WNBA, achieving career highs in points, rebounds, and assists per game. With Skylar Diggins-Smith away on maternity leave, the 4-year veteran adds depth at the guard position.
A player being out for a long time and having to jump into a very physical WNBA game, that's tough. That's really tough.
Peddy said heading to the free throw line during Friday's game was the moment she knew she was back.
I just want to get one shot down. I'm mad I missed the last one, but once I hit that first basket, it was like everything could just flow out and just get back to normal.
For Peddy, strengthening her tendon will be an ongoing process.
Definitely don't want to forget about what got me here, and I need my own little routine just for my foot alone.
Peddy played 8 minutes in her debut. She said the plan is to increase her playing time by 5 minutes each game until she reaches 25 minutes. Despite the minutes restrictions, Peddy says she's feeling pretty good.
Physically, I feel 100%. I do. It's just now on defense, just trusting myself, like I can do these moments, just got to just go with it.
As the Mercury squad comes back together piece by piece, just the mention of playoff Peddy makes her teammates light up.
Oh, I'm so glad Shey's back.
Brittany Griner, who recently made her own emotional return to the WNBA, was still unlawfully detained in Russia when she learned about Peddy's injury.
Just to have her back and just seeing everything that, she did to get back, all the hard work that she put in, the hours. I mean, she put in countless hours to be back on this court.
Mercury forward Michaela Onyenwere was giddy as she described the moment Peddy first took the court.
She checked in. I thought she was going to get emotional, so I didn't ask her. I was like, Shey, yes.
The Mercury hopes Peddy's presence adds more W's to the win column as they look to be a contender this season. In Phoenix, Crystal Stone, Cronkite News.
We all know that dogs are a man's best friend.
But we will introduce you to a dog who found her best friend of a different sort.
And for these 2 furry friends, as Diana Ross knows, ain't no mountain, wall, or cage high enough to keep these puppies apart.
Cronkite News provides students at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism with the opportunity to gain real-world experience in the newsroom. At Cronkite News, our students produce professional content for audiences by taking on all roles, whether they be reporting, anchoring, producing, or studio production. Each department gives students first-hand professional newsroom experience. For more information, visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
That way the flavors will marry nicely.
Can you tell me what I'm looking at?
I'm not looking for love, I'm looking for cookies.
And there's still places to discover.
It just absorbs you.
You can make this at home if you can't find it.
I will continue to eat and drink until you get here. Get here fast.
Cheers.
Oh, look at that. Oh, doesn't that look good?
We are going to be eating well.
It does work. It does.
We got a happy little sky.
We're just getting started.
Welcome.
How utterly charming.
Are you ready to get it going?
How does an English fan come to be Italian Riviera?
A fresh start.
Can I trust you?
Are you ready for the show?
You can't be afraid to show them what you've got or what you want.
Are we having a party?
Of course, the more the merrier.
I love this place. It's my home now. Trouble in paradise. I can't do it on my own.
This is revenge.
There are consequences.
Be careful.
Nothing like this, nothing like this. Oh.
You look like you need rescuing.
Don't we all?
What is it that you want?
I just want to let go.
I choose how I live.
There is the passion that I've been looking for.
Everyone knows that man is a dog's best friend, but one puppy in Minnesota begs to differ.
The employees of this animal care and control facility in Minneapolis were stunned one morning when they noticed one of their new residents had a new roommate. After employees checked security footage from the night prior, they noticed that the puppy had jumped into her neighbor's cage. Employees there said both dogs came to the shelter as strays and have been inseparable ever since. They're now hoping to find a loving home for the pair.
Well, that's it for tonight's Cronkite News. Thanks for joining us.